Is here. In this video, I will explain another trade example I took on EURGBP. It was a long trade, a buy signal. So let's get started. What was the context behind the trade I took today? Opening 15 minutes before, or 15 to 30 minutes before New York session. So at the time when you look at the retail trader positions, starting half past one. So I realized that retail traders are closing out their long positions, which you can clearly see. They are reducing their contracts and reducing in their long positions. So you have to we have to pay attention to their net positions. They are net shorts by 18 to 20%, and by 277,000 lots. So, but starting of the day, so they kept the 20% short positions throughout Asia session and London sessions. So before starting new session, so I realized that they add in short contracts in their positions and increasing in their short positions, as you can see in here. So as a result, so I don't see any. So if you look at the absolute volume change, so these are the absolute volumes of the day. Unlike the previous trade on EURGBP, it was not clear because it was mostly closing out on both sides. But in this trade, it's very clear that they are reducing their long absolutes percentage and increasing in their shorts. So this is the movement of the day starting at 12 midnight till New York session opening times. So it's clearly that they are closing out their longs and opening their shorts. If we look at the volume order book, we should clearly see that I didn't use the order book in this trade. So yes, so the order book, the volume order book clearly shows that they are closing their short positions and opening. Closing out their long positions and opening their short positions. Looking at the weekly view to see where the price is standing before taking a trade. So this is where the price was. So clearly you can see that the price was below the long contracts. So this is a good position to start to look for buy, not to sell, when the price is at the low of the band. And I can see that the retail traders kept the short positions and adding more positions, as I explained there on the table. So this is on the daily view. If you look at the weekly view, the weekly view takes a little bit time to load. On the weekly view, we should, so sometimes on daily view, when retail traders are shifting between their shifting from long to short or short to long, it looks a little bit noisy. So when it's too noisy, try to shift to the weekly view. But here on EURGBP, the view is not noisy because they kept their short positions. They're not closing out their short positions, so we don't get any crossover. I think I have reception. System's running a little bit slow. Let's just wait while it's loading the weekly view. I just want to show you the weekly view as well. So this is where I took the trade today, Tuesday. This is where the price was when I took the trade. So the price was at the low of the band, which is a good position to start looking looking for buy. Compared to the chart, this is where the price was, where I entered the trade and I got out in here. That was my take profit. My take profits was based on Monday's high and on the prices reaching out the high short band. The price went way higher than that by another 40 pips. Thank you for the extra. I took my 20 pips out of it. That's it. Looking at the trading view indicator to explain the charts and the trade. So this is where I do the trade. I saw that at this time retail traders are increasing in their short positions, you can see in here, and then increasing their short sentiment, and showing the short momentum as well in here, and the price went high today. Early in the morning, we've got a volume divergence. So the volume divergence also played out, but this is kind of like a scalping. If you were scalping on this one, you would be making some pips in here. So roughly 10 to 15 pips for scalping. Yeah, so the trade was based on the retail traders increasing in their short positions and reducing their long position, and price was at the low of the band. So, and if you look at the trade traders here as well, right, kept the short position for the day. That's where the price went higher and higher. That's it for this example. I'll see you in the next one.